Hey everybody, and welcome to Stuff Churches Should Know. My name is Drew.
Hey everybody, I'm Amy.
And on this week's episode, we're going to be diving into the brand new Stewardship Hub and telling you about some really amazing ways that you can leverage this platform. Just real quickly, to explain what the Stewardship Hub is and how you access it. Last week, you probably received an email that had some instructions on how to log in, start your password, and all that for the Stewardship Hub. If you haven't had a chance to do that, go ahead and follow those instructions. It's really easy and you'll have immediate access. As long as you're a SecureGive user, it's totally free. And we're adding resources to the Stewardship Hub, what feels like all the time. And real quick, I want everybody also to know that we have some special things coming up that are Stewardship Hub related in the next 2-3 months that I think you're gonna be really, really excited about. So I want you checking back frequently. I want you paying attention to your emails because we're gonna be communicating some really awesome things. So, Amy,
Yes.
I think a good way to handle today, well, it will be just to let's use some real world examples.
Yeah.
So, knowing what you know about the work that we've done, about the impacts that our resources have already had in churches, what are some of your favorite things that are in there?
Absolutely. Would love to talk about it. So I love that it's not just a bunch of reading material thrown at you. Drew's going to share a couple examples of that too. But we actually I talked to a pastor, and we have a real life example of how he implemented these resources that we have available and the growth that he saw in his church. So Right Direction International, he told us about how he came to our Give conference that we had this past September. He used the end of year resources and he implemented it into his church. And he said out of 25 years of ministry, this campaign that they implemented, they saw the biggest volume in their entire 25 years of ministry. And it's super practical ways that you can implement this too, right? You're not just reading and gaining a bunch of knowledge, but you can actually use it with your staff, Sunday services, and throughout your church. We have one of our next biggest Sundays coming up. So that leads me to our next resource that we have. It's specifically for our Easter service Sunday. This resource will help you have the most successful Easter that you can have. It will help you prep all the way up until Easter. It will help you with your execution on the actual day, and then what follow-up looks like after that. So these resources that I shared, those are both in ebook form, but we have lots of other formats for our content too. So Drew, share with us what else that is.
That's awesome. And I will say, these big holidays in the church, I know from a discipleship and ministry point of view, there's lots of endless potential, but also when it comes to giving and stewardship, don't miss out. And I think that's everything Amy just shared. We've done our best to impart biblical wisdom but practical steps on how to accomplish these things. So Amy's right. We do have a lot of different formats that we're including in our Stewardship Hub. One of the things that I'm most excited about is coursework, right? Like let's let's do some homework. Let's go to class. But one of the courses that we have available right now is how to build a stewardship ministry. And Lauren France, who's the director of stewardship here, I'm sure many of you have gotten to know her over time. She does a really good job of, first off, simplifying what a stewardship ministry is, defining what a stewardship ministry is. So this idea of a holistic stewardship, and then how you measure your wins, right? Like, what are those things that I'm looking for inside of my church that I can tell and notice that my stewardship effort is going forward? And if you don't have a full-time stewardship staff member, this is stuff that really any dedicated person on your staff can help build out and stand up. So the How to Build a Stewardship Ministry course, it's in the Stewardship Hub. It's well worth your time. I think it's like a dozen episodes. But you just, brick by brick, you can work with your staffs and start to build those things. And then, I've been in sales for a long time. I know a lot about, different marketing tactics and those kind of things. And a very popular medium for sales teams to use is in webinars, right? Like the goal is, let me invite you to a webinar with the intent on selling you something, right? So, and those I'm not saying those are bad things, but I think sometimes the reputation of webinars is closely attached to that of just a sales opportunity. I make that point because our webinars are not that.
Yeah.
Our webinars are strictly educational. If there is any sort of like, hey, go and check these guys out, it's only because we consider them a partner. And so our webinars are, some of them are short, 15, 20 minutes. Then we have some that are well over an hour, but each one of them contain a really specific topic that can give you actionable things to do here and now in your church. I think that we do a really good job of selecting who we have on our webinars. It's not something that we take lightly. There's a lot of thought and prep work that goes in there. So if you go in the Stewardship Hub, you look in the webinar section of the content, you will find a ton of super valuable things in there that we really do believe can make a difference now. So with all that being said, we are doing this solely because we want to partner with you in a new way. We promised when you became a part of the Secure Gift family that this was partnership, and we believe that to the very core of who we are and what we do. So thumb through this content. I've already heard from pastors that have started getting in it. They just couldn't believe everything that was made available to them. And if you're watching this and you're a financial staff member, but you think that maybe someone on your pastoral care would enjoy this content, or my goodness, worship, or any other area of your church, we can help them gain access to this material to make sure your senior leaders, your executive leaders have access to this, because there's just a ton of meat in there for those members of your team too. So I know that's kind of a lot we're throwing at you. I think what we're really saying is go do this right now.
Right.
And so what you'll see in this email, there will be an opportunity for you to go in and fill out a form and do those kind of things, and that'll jumpstart the process. We'll send you an email and just all that kind of stuff. But it's really fun. If you have any questions, reach out. We love you guys. Thank you, and talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.